Welcome to another episode of BattleBots at Home, where the solution to any problem is violence. Today we have several vicious machines ready to cause mass destruction. As you can see on our fight card, we have so many deadly machines. Unique 1-1 bots like the Legends and the Lowest are hoping to end their season with one more dominant win to help get them into the tournament. Massive weapons like Mindbender and Mr. Slice are ready to cause as much damage as possible. And for our main event, it's Hammer versus Hammer Saw as BlackSmith takes on SawBlaze. Both bots are 2-0 and will be hoping to finish their season with a perfect 3-0 record. But first, the 1-1 Venom and Chisel will be trying to take down Minotaur, who's 0-2 and desperate for a win. Let's see that fight right now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Minotaur's had a pretty bad season so far. This is their last chance to get a win. Venom and Chisel are 1-1. A win against Minotaur could get them into the tournament. But Minotaur not going to make that easy as they push one of them underneath the pulverizer. And they go near the other one. Venom is the gray one. Chisel is the blue one. You can see the size difference as Minotaur pushes one of them into the other. Chisel trying to help out its little friend. They have these special wedges that could counter the drum of Minotaur possibly. Time to see if that numbers advantage will actually help out, or maybe not, as Minotaur gets a good hit on Venom. Chisel goes head to head. Gotta be carried. They gotta avoid that drum spinner. That drum spinner is very dangerous. And keep in mind, these bots cannot self-right, so they get flipped over with that drum. It could be over. And the top panel of Minotaur comes off. Not sure how that happened, but believe it or not, that damage points in favor of Venom and Chisel. So they're technically ahead, I guess. I don't know. Minotaur just trying to get its bearings straight, trying to get a good, solid hit on one of these bots. They're holding up better than you'd initially thought. Oh, a little small hit there. These bots don't have an active weapon, so they just have to rely on control and aggression. They got to work together better, for being honest, though. Get a good little team up. Use the two of them to their advantage. Minotaur just trying to see who to go after. Venom attacks their bottom panel. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to attack the robot. Ooh, good hit there. And oh no, Venom has been flipped over. And Venom cannot self-right. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be it for half the mini-bot. They weigh the same, though, so Minotaur has to kill both of them in order to win. But now it's just a 1v1. With Chisel having no weapon and being half Minotaur's size, so I have a feeling this is not going to end well for them. Venom still just trying to do its best. They don't want to give up. There's always a chance. Maybe they can get Minotaur high-centered on something. Minotaur is 0-2. They've lost their last two fights by getting stuck on their back, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. Minotaur just trying to... Going head-to-head, another good hit there onto Chisel. Oh, and Chisel has been flipped by the pulverizer. Chisel's upside down, and that's going to be it. Neither of these bots can self-right, and Minotaur is finally going to get a win. It might not be enough to get them into the tournament, but at least it can help with their redemption and their satisfaction. Venom got poisoned, and Chisel got cracked. Minotaur wins this fight. So yeah, not much else to say here. Two tiny bots against a big bot. I will say the do-bots last a lot better than I initially thought, but unfortunately, Minotaur got the hit they needed, flipped over Venom, and then it was Chisel's turn to feel the pain. Chisel took some hits, but there was a pulverizer that flipped them over. They couldn't self-right, and that was game over. Magnitude's a good bot, but it has not been having a good season. They're 0-2 after tough losses to Paradox and Length, and if they can't win this fight, they'll be eliminated. Their opponent is a fan-favorite bot, Very Violent. Very Violent is 1-1 after a good win against Emergency before getting destroyed by BlackSmith. A good win here could get them a spot in the tournament. Will they be able to do it? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Very Violent, a very good robot. Magnitude, all pushed across the box into the wall, and you see immediately what I was talking about. Very Violent. It may not look that scary initially, but it's so good at taking down spinners. just like Magnitude. Magnitude trying to self-right. It takes a while, giving Very Violent the chance to get a good, like, little grab in. Those little, and you can see those little wedgelets on the edge of those lifting arms, and like, this is, look at Very Violent just pushing into Magnitude. Very Violent, it's so unique. It moves in ways other bots can't. It has those little articulating arms, a little grabber arm on top. Oh, and the grabber arm breaks off, but that doesn't matter. It's broken off many times, but Very Violent has won so many times. Their only 2 losses ever have been to Bite Force and BlackSmith, and that should go to say how good they are. They made it to the top 8 last season, and they might do it again this season as they get a good hit on Magnitude. Very Violent 1-1. A win against Magnitude will probably get them into the tournament. Magnitude is probably screwed no matter what, but they want to at least get 1 win to show that they still have what it takes to make it in the big leagues. But Very Violent crushing those dreams now as Magnitude gets crushed by the Pulverizer. They've been decapitated. The weapon comes off. They're upside down. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of a disappointing season for Magnitude. Very Violent doing handstands to celebrate. As they claim another win, they go 2-1, and we'll be seeing them in that tournament. Magnitude goes home in pieces. Gotta feel bad for Magnitude 0-3 when this is usually such a decent bot. Unfortunately, they just got manhandled, especially against Very Violent. Very Violent being Very Violent. Just look at how they just get all up in their face. They never gave Magnitude a chance to spin up properly. They never gave them a chance to get a good hit in. And Very Violent just so controlling, so powerful, so dangerous. Just like the Pulverizer, which just cut their head off. Very Violent wins this fight. The Legends is a very interesting multi-bot that has had mixed success in the past. Their first fight this season against Speedrun went terribly wrong, but they bounced back with a win over Burger Time and are now 1-1. Their opponent is Quickshot, who's 0-2 after disappointing losses to Duck and Fall Damage. This is their last chance to finally earn a win this season. Who will end up taking the victory? Let's find out now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Quickshot gets their shot and they hit Bite Force and it does nothing. It never does anything. I don't know why you keep having Quickshot come back to the show, but whatever. Tombstone gets a hit on Quickshot. Now Bronco and Bite Force teaming up, getting some good lifts in. And oh, it would seem that Quickshot is stuck on the wall. I'm not even sure how that happened, but I'm not going to question it. And amazingly, these 4 little cute bots are going to get their second win of the season. Look at them just playing around with the tiny bits of Quickshot that were useless. Quickshot takes a quick exit out of the competition at 0-3. The Legends get a legendary win today. Quickshot firing right at them. It doesn't do anything. Who could have guessed it? Tombstone got a nice hit. Then Bite Force and Bronco showed what they could do. And these little mini bots, teamwork makes the dream work. They work together to lift up Quickshot. Got him stuck on the wall. They couldn't get down, and that was it. Up next, we've got another 0-2 bot hoping to find redemption. It's Mindbender. In theory, Mindbender should be a powerful melty brain spinner, but its durability issues has caused it to break apart in both of its matches. They'll have one last chance of redemption when they take on the powerful flipper of Fall Damage, who's currently 1-1. Let's see that fight right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Ooh, a good shot to Fall Damage and another good hit. A Mindbender bending minds. More pieces go flying. Fall Damage. Oh, a piece comes off of Fall Damage, and this could be it for Fall Damage immediately. They lost the tip of their flipper. That's bad news, as Mindbender has broken in half once again. The tides have turned, and Fall Damage taking advantage as they flip them up. Mindbender being broken. There goes the wheels. And Mindbender in a bunch of pieces. They've lost this fight. They're 0-3. And unfortunately, despite having potential, they are out of the competition. I gotta say, Mindbender was actually on top for the first few hits. Look at that good hit. Takes off the front teeth of Fall Damage. Breaks off that piece of the flipper. But Fall Damage was not afraid at all. They flipped Mindbender as well as they could, but Mindbender, it broke again. The durability got the best of them. Fall damage playing with them like a toy. Froze those wheels into the air just because. Fall damage really getting a good win here today. They'll be good in the tournament. I'm happy to say we've officially reached the halfway point of the episode, which means it's time to take a look at our main event between SawBlaze and BlackSmith. Let's see that sneak peek right now. Up next, we have the 0-2 BattleBot facing off against the lowest, who is 1-1. Let's not waste any more time and get into that fight right now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Here we go. The lowest misses the first flip. Oh, they do get the second flip. Pushing BattleBot into the side. A piece of something comes off. And he has a piece of BattleBot, but BattleBot gets revenge. Flips right there. Already a little bit of back and forth. As they go right through, they spear right through the lowest. Not even. That's just hilarious. Are they stuck together? BattleBot trying to get off of the lowest. Oh, the lowest gets thrown backwards. They're trying to self-right, their flipper breaks off, and now they're not going to win the ground game, so that's bad. Bad news for the lowest. The lowest, not the lowest anymore, as they throw themselves across the arena. That flipper, even when self-righting, too powerful for their own good. BattleBot pushing them into the corner, trying to see, oh, and they're out of here. The lowest is out of the arena. BattleBot gets the win, and both bots end the season at 1-2. Well, that was quick but neat. BattleBot got some good flips. The lowest got some nice flips. They got stuck together at one point, which was pretty funny. But unfortunately, the lowest just too out of control. BattleBot took advantage. They were calm, cool, collected. Got them right out of the arena. See ya. Thanks for playing. Up next, we have two 1-1 bots that are on the bubble for making it into the tournament. It's the Crusher of 87, going up against the dual disc spinners of Rotator. Both bots lost their first fights, but redeemed themselves and got a good win in their second fight. A win here is critical for both bots. Who will get it? Time to find out. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. This is going to be interesting. Two very different robots. Rotator gets the first hit in. 87 doesn't just take it like that. They get to the side of Rotator, and they've grabbed them by the disc. They've grabbed right through the side of the disc. A piece of 87 comes off, but Rotator seems to be worse off. Or maybe not, as they get a good counter shot. They got two different blades, both equally good at attacking. But 87 seems to be holding up well so far. Oh, there goes the top panel. And already, and a piece of Rotator comes off again. Already major damage on both sides, it would seem. 87 isn't afraid though. They get another good grab onto Rotator's disc. Rotator getting put into the pulverizer. 87 good control bot. Oh, and the pulverizer. The pulverizer just smashed off one of their discs. Rotator now only has one weapon. Massive damage courtesy of 87. 87 puts them into the screws. This is why 87 is such a good control bot. They know how to use the hazard to their advantage. First using the pulverizer, then the screws. And right now, Rotator is in a lot of trouble right now. Oh, Rotator gets off the screws. They could have gotten counted out there. Rotator still has one disc, though. They're going to try to use it as they can as a piece comes off of 87. But 87 bites into their weapon once again. They're not afraid, pushing them into every wall they can. 87 really wants that second win. They're still sore about that loss of Bite Force earlier. They want some redemption. Rotator, getting pushed into the wall. Brutality courtesy of 87. And they just are keep being able to grab onto that disc. It's such a great catch point as they push Rotator into the screws, and Rotator has been rotated. That disc is now hitting lower than before. 87 has been decapitated. The entire crusher is gone. And just like that, the score has been settled, but 87 is not backing down as they push Rotator into the wall. This is such a back and forth fight, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Rotator gets a good hit. The 87, these two bots doing everything they can to kill each other. Both 1-1. An extra win is very necessary here to guarantee a spot in the tournament. And already 87 taking more damage, and a huge piece comes off of 87. They've lost the wedge. They've lost more pieces. Rotator has taken damage as well, but they still got a dangerous weapon. 87 is headless, is wedgeless. They don't have just 87 isn't doing well so far. Rotator still not stopping the attacks. They keep hitting 87. 87 hasn't moved for a while out now, and I think all of that damage has finally piled up. 87 tried their best, but they're not moving. I think they're down for the count, and Rotator is gonna get the best win of its entire career as 87 is in pieces. Rotator is in pieces, but only one of them has won this fight, and that is Rotator. This may just be our fight of the year contender. So much destruction, so much back and forth, such an amazing fight. Rotator getting grabbed by 87, but Rotator, those discs were always dangerous, always doing a little bit of chip damage to 87. 87 took off one of their entire spinners, took out half their weapon system, but hey, one blade is still good, but 87 had no weapon after they got decapitated. Rotator went to work. The damage piled up. It was a good fight, but Rotator came out on top. In our second to last fight, we got two very destructive spinners, both of which are 1-1. It's the full body spinner of Mr. Slice facing off against the vertical spinner of Glass. Which of these two bots will get their second win and go 2-1? Let's head to the box and find out. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Two very dangerous spinners, both capable of doing massive destruction as they collide first. Mr. Slice throws Glass back. Glass put on its side. They do have a self-right mechanism to help out with that. Gets a good hit there. These two bots are very dangerous. A piece of someone goes flying there. So much death within these two weapons. Glass has been shattered. They've been split in half. And the fight is over. We don't even need a count out for that. They are obliterated. Mr. Slice, living up to its name, slicing bots is their game, and that's what they did to Glass. Glass just completely ripped in half, just completely destroyed Mr. Slice, doing what's not very nice and winning this fight, just like that. We have now reached our fantastic main event. It's BlackSmith versus SawBlaze in a main event match you do not want to miss. BlackSmith is one of the most brutal hammer bots we've ever seen. It made it all the way to the top 16 last season by just smashing everything in its general direction. And this season has been no different, hence why it's 2-0 and looking like a real threat going into the tournament. SawBlaze is another bot that's been very successful in the past. Last season it made it all the way to the top 8. SawBlaze is a well-designed machine who has used its large plow in combination with an effective weapon to claim 2 good wins this season, while hoping to slash and burn its way to the top. Now it's time for these two kings of overhead attacks to duel each other for the right to go 3-0 and get a top seed in the tournament. Which is superior, the hammer of BlackSmith or the hammer saw of SawBlaze? Let's find out right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the main event begin. An undefeated record on the line. BlackSmith gets the first shot immediately, taking no prisoners. BlackSmith is a very dangerous robot. Reminder, they've only ever lost one fight to Inverse a while ago. And BlackSmith is a very dangerous hammer, the best hammer we have here. But could the hammer saw of SawBlaze be better? We're about to find out. And I just realized half of the scoop of SawBlaze is broken off already. I don't even know when that happened, but BlackSmith already doing massive damage. Oh, SawBlaze gets behind BlackSmith, bringing down that hammer saw. Some nice attacks there, making things real even between them. Backing up into the wall, that's not good. But just pushing BlackSmith into the corner, but BlackSmith gets out of there. Just swinging that hammer wildly, hoping to hit something. Oh, gets underneath SawBlaze, which is bad because if SawBlaze can't get underneath you, they can't hit you. But now they've got underneath BlackSmith, hitting them, getting some nice hits. But flips SawBlaze over. Good back and forth already as the two bots collide with their big overhead weapons. BlackSmith just firing everywhere. SawBlaze trying to be more precise and controlled in how they attack. The two bots backing away from each other. BlackSmith gets behind SawBlaze and more attacks. Head to head, face to face. The two bots square up, but BlackSmith gets underneath there. And I think it's safe to say BlackSmith has the better ground game, but SawBlaze being better at getting to the sides and the back just like that. BlackSmith just trying to line up some nice shots. SawBlaze doing some wheeling, which is pretty bad for control. BlackSmith just trying to target the right spots on SawBlaze to do as much damage as possible. But SawBlaze isn't afraid. They've beaten tough bots before, and they could do it here if they play their cards right. They shouldn't do that as one of the forks go flying off. That was the worst. That was the worst thing they could have done. And SawBlaze is down to just one fork. They've taken the most damage so far, so BlackSmith should be ahead in terms of damage. SawBlaze really needs to battle back here as these two bots go head to head. Admittedly, both these bots are 2-0, so they'll probably both make the tournament, but a top seed could mean the difference between life and death in the tournament, make things easier for themselves. So a perfect 3-0 record to get that top seed would be very nice, as bots doing everything they can. A little less than a minute left in the fight, as SawBlaze does another wheeling. BlackSmith just trying to target them. Oh, a piece of BlackSmith comes off. That evens the damage a little bit. Not sure how that happened, but BlackSmith doesn't seem to care. It's like it didn't even happen at all. As two bots go head-to-head once again. Hammer versus hammer saw. BlackSmith firing that hammer. They hit the wall for no reason. Not sure what that was. SawBlaze is trying to get underneath BlackSmith, but without their forks, and that good wedge on BlackSmith is difficult. SawBlaze, just going around town. The two bots just trying to look each other in the eye. One small mistake could end the fight with how powerful these weapons are. BlackSmith gets another good hit. Some more slams. SawBlaze gets behind BlackSmith, but the fight is over. Time has expired. The fight is over. It's going to the judges. Well, that was a good fight. The bots could not KO each other because they were both so durable and just so well built. BlackSmith got so many aggressive shots in. That's the thing about BlackSmith. They never stop trying to kill you. But SawBlaze, getting flipped over, they always got back up. They were never afraid of those attacks. Was that a good or bad thing? Hard to know, as SawBlaze took some heavy damage, especially for that scoop. But SawBlaze was able to get to the sides of BlackSmith several times. But when the bots went head-to-head, it was usually BlackSmith who was able to get underneath SawBlaze and get more attacks in. This should be a close one. And the winner, by unanimous decision, is BlackSmith. And that marks the end of the episode. Just to recap, Venom and Chisel were defeated by Minotaur. Magnitude met its match against Very Violent. Quick Shot got taken out quickly by the Legends. Fall damage caused a lot of damage to Mindbender. BattleBot took out the lowest. 87 got ripped apart by Rotator. Glass got cracked by Mr. Slice. And in our main event, SawBlaze put up a good fight but was ultimately beaten by the powerful hammer of BlackSmith. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope to see you next week for our final 5 card of the season before the tournament officially begins. Goodbye for now and have a wonderful day.